My daughter's face began to look like she was about to cry. I held her close, gently rubbing her back, patiently waiting for her to speak.
I received a photo of naked dad from a strange woman.
What's this?
I don't know. She said she wanted to give something nice.
I can't fathom who would do such a thing, but it's likely related to my husband's affair. While I can handle anything directed at me, I absolutely won't tolerate anyone hurting my daughter this way. My anger flares not only at the foolish woman involved in the affair but also at my husband for betraying our family. Who could it be? Doing something like this? Hey, Emma, do you like Dad?
I like Dad.
Don't you want to make Dad happy?
But isn't he happy now?
I have a plan, Emma. Let's make Dad happy. And with that, I made a decision. My name is Olivia. I'm a 37-year-old office worker. I have an 8-year-old daughter named Emma with my husband, Michael, who is 2 years younger than me. Since graduating, I've been working at the same company, except for maternity and childcare leave. I hate to brag, but my salary is good, and the benefits are excellent, so I've stuck with it. In contrast, my husband has been living on part-time jobs ever since he was laid off from the factory line job 4 years ago due to the recession. Although he appears to be working full-time externally, the difference in our incomes is like night and day. Still, given the tough job market and our daughter, I've been supporting our household. Thankfully, Emma is a well-behaved child, understanding and intelligent. While my husband does his share of housework, he occasionally goes out for a change of pace. I didn't pay much attention to where he went, assuming it was just hanging out with his unreliable friends. I thought that my husband needed a break. Emma rarely throws tantrums and excels in school even without extracurricular activities. She's a healthy, well-adjusted child. But one day, she came home half crying, and that's where it all began. That day, I happened to leave work early for an errand at the municipal office, so I arrived home before my daughter did. Emma, why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
But something's bothering you, isn't it? Your face looks like you're about to cry. Since my daughter rarely sheds tears, I felt concerned. Did you have a fight with a friend? Or did someone treat you unkindly? Maybe you got scolded by a teacher? I was relieved that I had come home early on this particular day. Would you like to talk to Mom?
No, I'm okay.
But you don't seem okay.
I'll ask Dad.
Although it left me feeling a bit down that she'd confide in her father, she's approaching adolescence, so perhaps she's figuring out when to turn to Mom versus Dad. I decided not to press her further and resolved to ask my husband later about what had happened. That evening, when it was already late, I confirmed that my daughter had gone to her bedroom and decided to discuss the matter with my husband. Hey, Michael, did Emma say anything?
What do you mean?
She came home today with a face that looked like she was about to cry. She said she wanted to talk to Dad, so I thought she might have told you something.
I haven't heard anything, is that so? I'm worried.
If you find out anything, let me know secretly.
Sure, I will.
It seemed that our daughter hadn't talked to him yet. My husband is honest by nature, so if she had confided in him, his eyes would have given it away. I was concerned about Emma, but I tried to remain optimistic, thinking that we'd eventually find out. The following Saturday, my husband went out for his usual change of pace. While I was catching up on chores and tidying up, Emma approached me.
Hey, Mom, about the other day.
Yeah. Didn't you tell Dad?
I hesitated, but I decided to tell you.
What's wrong? If you're comfortable, go ahead and share.
Well, the other day, a woman I didn't know approached me on the way home and gave me this.
An unfamiliar woman? Not someone's mom or anything?
She was younger. Her makeup and clothes didn't give off a mom vibe. She looked flashy.
I see. And then? Emma's face started to look like she was about to cry again. I held her tightly, gently rubbing her back, patiently waiting for her next words.
I received a photo of naked dad from a strange woman.
What's this?
I don't know. She said she wanted to give something nice and show it to mom too.
Did she tell you to show it to mom too? This? I can't fathom who would do such a thing, but it's likely related to my husband's affair. While I can handle anything directed at me, I absolutely won't tolerate anyone hurting my daughter this way. My anger flares not only at the foolish woman involved in the affair but also at my husband for betraying our family. Who could it be? Hey, Emma, do you like Dad?
I like Dad.
Don't you want to make Dad happy?
But isn't he happy now?
I have a plan, Emma. Let's make Dad happy. It's unfortunate for my daughter, but I'm doing this to put pressure on my husband. Given Emma's wisdom, she'll eventually understand. I've made up my mind to leave this house with my daughter. My husband, living on part-time jobs, doesn't seem capable of supporting another woman. Until now, I've been the one providing for our household with my income. As for our daughter, if I pour enough love into her, there won't be any issues related to my husband. In fact, I can't allow my daughter to be in an environment where such a woman approaches her. That day, my husband returned home, and we both acted as if nothing was wrong. Emma, too, avoided unnecessary conversations with him, burying herself in homework and carefully concealing her emotions. It breaks my heart to see her like this. I've resolved to take revenge on my husband. Over the next few days, I continued to interact with him as if everything were normal. Meanwhile, I made preparations. I dipped into my own pocket and gifted my husband a pair of accommodation vouchers for a spa facility in his hometown.
What? This place is amazing! Aren't you coming?
I won it in a local raffle. Unfortunately, work won't allow me to go.
Can I take Emma?
Emma will be with me. Why not enjoy it with friends?
Wow! Thanks! Then I'll do just that.
Since it's close to your parents' place, maybe you could also say hello to them?
Sure, I can do that anytime. I'll invite some local folks too.
My husband fell right into the trap. While I can usually see through my husband's lies, it's disappointing that I didn't catch this affair. However, this time it was quite obvious. I'm certain he won't visit his parents or invite local friends. He'll be going with that woman. He had shifty eyes. Since you have the opportunity, why not take about a week off and relax with your friends?
Really? Is that okay?
You've been helping with household chores regularly. It's a gesture of gratitude.
I feel a bit bad, but I'll take you up on that offer.
He's grinning uncontrollably. I've decided to use this week for something important. And that something is. After bidding farewell to my husband over the weekend, I hurriedly packed our belongings with my daughter and began preparations for moving. The truth is, I've been keeping a substantial amount of savings secret from my husband. I didn't want to discourage him from finding a job by revealing this money, especially given his part-time work situation. With that money as a starting point, I've been quietly searching for a new home. For now, my daughter and I will move there. We'll leave our current house within 3 days and settle into the new place. To ensure my daughter's school remains unchanged, I found a property right on the edge of the school district. Despite her initial fondness for Dad, my daughter has become a bit emotionally unstable. It's a sudden change. She now wears a discontented expression and lacks her usual energy. After the move, my daughter seemed pitiable. Even after a month, there was no contact from my husband. I decided to visit our old home to check on him. I briefly considered giving him a pep talk and encouraging him to come back home if he seemed down. However, what I witnessed was utterly shocking. The outside was dimly lit, and I could see into the house through the window. There, my husband was living with that flashy woman. I was shocked and returned to the apartment where my daughter was without doing anything that day. After contemplating for a few more days, I decided to tell my daughter everything. Emma, we need to talk.
About what?
Why do you think we moved?
Because Mom doesn't like Dad anymore?
No, it's the opposite.
Can't you both get along?
Tears welled up in my eyes. It's cruel to make my daughter say such things. Despite her tears, she firmly declared that she disliked Dad because she also disliked that woman. One Sunday, I rang the doorbell of our former home alone. The flashy woman, as if she were the lady of the house, boldly peered out from the front door. I handed her a letter and silently turned away. As I rounded the corner, I stole a glance back at her. She seemed bewildered but was reading the letter. In that letter, I wrote the following: My husband is unemployed and living off part-time jobs. The house is solely in my name. It's not my husband's property. Your actions have caused immense sadness to our daughter who received my husband's photo. When I was on my way home, my phone rang. I had included my phone number in the letter. The woman's voice came through.
Who are you?
I'm the wife of the man you're living with.
That's a lie. He's divorced and living with his daughter, I heard.
That's the real lie. You've been deceived.
I thought his daughter would go to the ex-wife's place because I gave her that strange photo of him.
How cruel of you.
I was lonely too.
And how's the household budget? Isn't he barely working?
He owns this house, and his wealthy family provides money even without work.
You believed all those lies without questioning?
I'll check with him. I'll call you back.
And the call ended. While I wish I could have confronted her directly, I believe my message had an effect. I heard the story later, but the exchange between the woman and my husband went something like this.
Someone claiming to be your wife contacted me.
Huh? What?
She said this house belongs to her, that you're just a part-time worker, and that you're not wealthy. What's the truth?
Why would she say all that?
Tell me everything. All the secrets you've been hiding.
At that moment, my husband confessed to her. He revealed that he was living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt. One day, he returned home to find both his wife and daughter gone. He'd been surviving on part-time jobs, and in reality, I had been supporting him. He'd taken time off work to spend with the woman, and even that job eventually let him go. So he'd been lounging around at home, carefree. Later, my husband contacted me, and our conversation went something like this.
What have you done?
What are you talking about? But that's beside the point.
You're the one who left without a word.
Exactly. I want you to be happy.
Ha! You left without discussing anything.
You don't even know what that woman has done to Emma.
Emma.
I was actually planning to file for divorce recently. But I reconsidered because of Emma.
Ugh.
When I mentioned Emma's name, he suddenly became more subdued.
I'm sorry. I messed up.
What? Do you think we'd forgive you for that? Emma is the one who's hurt the most.
I didn't think she'd do something like that.
You chose a woman who would do such things.
I want to apologize. Can you create an opportunity?
I have no intention of forgiving you, and I've been carrying around a pre-signed divorce form.
I'll work hard for Emma. Please, let us get back together.
If you were serious about working hard, you would have done it already. Sorry, but I can't trust you. I had no intention of accepting my husband's words. For now, we continued our separate lives, and eventually, my husband moved out, while my daughter and I returned home. Over half a year has passed since then, but my husband still struggles to find work. Yet, there's been no sign of that woman. At 35, it seems hopeless for him to secure employment. I couldn't bear it any longer and decided to give up on my husband. I thought that continuing to live without getting divorced would be detrimental to both my husband and my daughter. However, I don't merely intend to part ways. Since he's the one who caused the divorce, he must take responsibility despite my concerns about collecting child support due to his unemployment. I managed to arrange it through mediation. His parents stepped in to cover the costs. From the woman's side, the alimony wasn't substantial, but I secured it properly. Now, I live with my former in-laws, as my daughter hasn't fully healed from the emotional wounds, and they've disowned my ex-husband. Although my own parents are no longer around, I had a good relationship with my former in-laws, and their willingness to lend a helping hand was appreciated. Living with my daughter's grandparents seems to have stabilized her emotionally.
Emma, how about going to the amusement park with Grandpa and Grandma next Sunday?
Really? Yes. Let's go.
Then Mom and Grandma will prepare sandwiches.
Well, thank you very much. My husband is working day and night at part-time jobs, desperately repaying child support to his parents. It seems my former in-laws had long struggled with their son's lack of steady work, and they're grateful for the opportunity I've given him. They still express their apologies to me regarding my ex-husband.
Olivia, my son has caused trouble.
He's paying the price for it.
Still, our foolish son has put you through a lot.
I'm fine. But more importantly, having you both here has helped Emma find stability. Thank you.
We're just trying to do what we can.
Exactly. And we'd like to spend a bit more time with Emma.
What about Michael?
He needs to take responsibility for his actions.
The twisted family relationship with my former in-laws surprisingly works out. Although I eventually plan to sever ties with my husband and his parents completely, for now, I'm cooperating with my former in-laws until my daughter grows a bit older. Perhaps it'll help my ex-husband realize the gravity of the situation. With his parents acting as watchdogs and my daughter as a constant reminder, my ex-husband doesn't even have time to pursue other relationships. I feel sorry for the toll this has taken on my daughter, but she's gradually regaining her brightness and attending school energetically. By the time my daughter reaches adulthood, my ex-husband may no longer have the capacity for romantic relationships, but that's not something I'm privy to. For my daughter's sake, I'll continue working diligently. While I've had enough of marriage, I don't want my daughter to feel the same way. I'm filled with renewed determination to fulfill my role as a father.
How did you find this story? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time in the next video.